guys, I'm Heather, and I'm the oldest. She's the emotional one.
Is it Bruce Dickinson? Man, why? I mean, like, you hadn't even read the list. You're like, Heather.
Hey guys, I'm Ben. I'm the middle child.
And he's the practical one.
What I need you to understand is that you have lost all credibility when we get to the cutting stage.
Why?
Kenny Chesney was your second pick.
I'm Beth, and I'm the baby.
She's also the swing vote.
My picks are great. And if you don't believe it, just ask me. I won't argue with you because I'm mature.
Together, we make the Music List podcast. And welcome back to the Music List podcast. And want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And we're trying out some new things for Thanksgiving. We are very thankful for some new technology on the podcast.
New technology.
On the podcast.
This has already gone off.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm Ben. With me are my sisters Beth and Heather, and we're siblings that argue while making music lists. That's the shtick. That's what we do. I don't think we're going to have a lot of arguing this time because we're not, full disclosure, going to have a 9 to 5 round this time around, as it were. This is a special Thanksgiving episode where we are going to create a wonderful Thanksgiving feast with the bands or artists that are selected. So the rules for this episode were that the band name or the artist name had to some way correspond with something that could conceivably be reasonably put on, I see eyes cutting, on the Thanksgiving table. And we have a special guest with us for this episode. Beth's better half, Mark, is with us.
The heck?
Glad to be here. Thank you.
That's our studio audience. Y'all didn't know
Taped
we had
live.
fans.
It was kind of like a Cheers.
Yeah, basically. It's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Do we have a laugh track? Because
Sad we do have sad trombone, which is pretty awesome.
there we go. Okay. Anyways.
It's like I've had enough of this.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we're still going to snake draft it because it's not going to be like the what was it that we had, the misheard lyrics where we just go around. We actually conceivably we're going to come up with some of the same people, so we still had to draft. So we're going to go ahead and snake draft this. And so the way that works is that the draft order for the first round will be Beth, Mark, Heather, me. Then I will draft first in the second round. Wait.
No, we did it in reverse. Recall? I did so everything's in reverse. So
Everything's
technically,
in reverse. So
the very last pick is first. The first will be last, and the last will be first, or something like
biblical.
Okay, so I'm going to draft first.
And then we'll go.
Technically, first. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of
We
this
don't even know.
episode, I'm going to draft first, then Heather, then Mark, then Beth, and then in the second round, Beth, Mark, Heather, Ben, and then reverse.
Is that going to work out?
Reverse,
Is the math
reverse.
gonna math for that?
That's yeah.
So you'll get the very last
I will
pick.
get the very last pick.
Yes. Yes.
Ben had to really think about it. But
That
yes, I
makes
will get the
sense.
very last
Yes.
pick.
Okay, cool.
All right. So real quick, my question for y'all before we get started is when you were making your list, how much of it was emphasis on the name? Because I felt like there were two parts to this. Number one, I wanted the name to correspond to Thanksgiving in some kind of way. And number two, I wanted it to be a good band. I didn't want to just throw out some trash that nobody had heard of, so to speak. So how did y'all weigh that out?
I don't know that I put that much thought into it. Mine basically went with the Thanksgiving table thing. I didn't, but most of my bands actually turned out to be, all my top 5 turned out to be actual bands with real hits.
Right. Like I didn't want to pick somebody that was real super obscure is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, all the bands on my long list, they're, I won't say real bands, but you know what I mean, bands with hits.
Yeah.
And then I went off basically how much I liked the food pun or how much I thought it needed to be on the Thanksgiving table from there.
So Mark, you're new to the show. Welcome.
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I feel like we could turn this into an interview.
Okay.
But so and just in full disclosure, Mark has been very helpful with us on the podcast. Also, very much with helping, particularly helping with Sean with the technical aspects of it and stuff like that. And so, he's not new to the podcast at all. He's been very much a part of this from the very beginning, and also very knowledgeable. So, I mean, I know we talk about our music history a little bit. So I think the fans out there want to get to know you a little bit too, Mark. What's your musical background? I know that you've become quite the guitar player, actually.
Man, that's put me on the spot. So I started playing guitar in 1997. Whenever went into high school, and we had an instrumental music class, and I was like, okay, well, I'll learn how to play guitar. And so that's pretty much where it started. And I've always been a fan of music even before that. Growing up, my dad listened to a lot of. I remember the station was Cool 95.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
And we used to listen to that Magic 105, and so got quite the introduction to good music, and so yeah, that's how I got started. And that's just been with guitar, that's just been a big part of my life, and it's a hobby that's stuck with me for ever since. And so definitely that would be my musical background.
He
had to
won't
be-
tell you, but he's really good.
Yeah. He had to be vetted because we don't marry non-musical people
Right.
in
This
this
is true.
family.
Actually, we don't.
You have to pass an audition.
So first of all, I welcome to your first real full blown go round on the.
You were going to say goat rodeo.
I mean,
This
why
ain't
not?
my first goat rodeo.
Yeah, that shouldn't be my first. You should have seen me with the lasso the other day.
Oh yeah, he did really. We went to the
almost-
pumpkin patch and
yeah.
he did some work with the lasso.
And I almost got it on the first try. Not gonna lie.
So Mark, your list. What were your thoughts on making your list?
Yeah, I prioritize good music. So mine might be a little loosely connected to Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna do my best to make the argument and make the case.
But it could be on the table.
Yeah, it could be on a table.
It's
Yeah.
on somebody's table.
Yeah.
I mean, the Great American Melting Pot. Surely somebody's got this.
Look, I also will say this. I went a little bit more than just Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving is more of an event.
Oh,
So did we-
Well, now
So he's
I'm-
got some weird crap on his list that
That's
he's going to
true.
try
Now
to
I'm-
justify.
now
Oh yeah,
now I'm-
absolutely.
Okay.
Now
Just so we're clear.
I am intrigued. So I guess I get to draft first, and so when you look at the cornucopia, let's start there. When you look at the cornucopia, that Thanksgiving horn of bountiful produce, let's say,
Okay.
you are guaranteed to see a lot of things. Very small pumpkins, squash, an assortment of gourds, perhaps some grapes and some cheeses. But a guarantee. A guarantee. No fruit will be more prominent than the apple. So my first selection is Fiona apple.
Okay. Oh, yes. Correct song to pick.
I've been careless with a delicate man, and it's a sad, sad world. When a girl will break a boy just because she can. Don't you tell me to deny it. I done wrong and I wanna suffer for my sins. I've come to you 'cause I need
All right, so
guidance to be true. And I just
Fiona Apple's she's kind of hard to pin down into a subgenre. She's kind of on this weird schedule where she lets out an album like every 4 years, and then it's 5 years, and then it's 6 years. And, she's only released 5 albums since 96. It was 96, 99, 2005, 2012, and 2020. So We probably should expect her next album about 2029, somewhere there. And but despite I guess you would call them hiatuses between the albums, multiple nominations and awards, including a Grammy for Best Female Vocal Rock Performance for this song here called "Criminal." And an interesting side note, I'm really surprised by this. "Criminal's" the only song she's ever had that cracked the Billboard Top 100, which was a little surprising to me. And it only hit number 21, and I think that just kind of goes to show that sometimes Top 40 radio doesn't always catch up with what the people are listening to, because like all of her albums have finished inside the top 10 in U.S. sales. But have not had the single success to show for it. So
I love
my
Fiona
first
Apple.
pick, Fiona Apple on, because obviously there are apples, but also apple pie,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
apple dumpling, perhaps for a dessert kind of a thing. So she, I think she fits quite well on the Thanksgiving table.
Okay.
I think you're right.
It's a very fall-based fruit, for one thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean,
yeah,
they get
you
harvested
pick
in the
apples
fall, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
why are you laughing, Heather?
This is really weird. I
didn't-
didn't think it would be that
Yeah,
weird.
I didn't
but it
do
kinda
like
is
all
weird.
that research on the song, so
I didn't either.
So I'm like, oh crap.
Are we supposed? I'm not going to.
Am I
Okay.
over-prepared?
Maybe.
You might be. Yeah.
Awesome. I win.
Okay, cool.
We're not even winning.
It's not even a contest this time.
is that your
Because
first round pick? We're
That's
done.
right. Yeah, Heather can
Okay.
pick now.
The flow is going to be awkward.
Well, it's
today.
about to go. "Arr." Put the brakes on because he had this really, really elaborate intro for the food and introducing it, and mine's bread. And I think that speaks for itself.
Short or long, love can be right or wrong. And if I chose the one I'd like to help me through, I'd like to make it with you.
What are they making? Huh? Bread.
We're making bread.
I mean,
I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
so I'm not real sure, but I'm gonna say bread. I think bread is self-explanatory. You need bread for a lot of things. You need cornbread for the dressing, and
Oh.
and
That's true.
like you need rolls.
Yeah. Oh, rolls. I forgot about that kind
You
of bread.
need
Yeah.
you need croutons.
Oh, which is
Yeah.
also a bread. Yes.
You need
What you need croutons for?
Salad.
salad.
Who eats salad at Thanksgiving?
Now, if you're Southern, like you have cornbread dressing, but we also put
Yeah,
those Northern people use white bread for their.
Yeah.
But we also put some white bread,
Stale.
stale white
so
bread
when we make
for the making the dressing.
and when we make our cornbread, we take the seasoned croutons, roll them up with a rolling pin, and we add those to the dressing mix before we put them in the.
So we don't
yeah.
do that stovetop business.
No,
I
if
mean,
it comes in the box, you are not doing Thanksgiving.
so bread is actually
That's for you Minnesota folks.
bread is actually quite crucial to the whole Thanksgiving meal because you won't have any dressing if you don't have various types of bread.
Yeah.
It's arguably 33% of my Thanksgiving meal is Sister
bread?
Schubert's rolls.
Schubert. See, somebody should have.
Well, I mean, if you count
should've
the
picked
dressing,
Franz Schubert.
if you count, I mean, the dressing's all bread.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with a little bit of celery and stuff thrown in there, but I mean,
Sage. Gosh.
You got to have sage.
Yeah.
Basically, a whole McCormick.
Yeah.
We should have bought stock in McCormick before every Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Don't run out of sage.
Yeah, solid choice. Got to have bread on the table. Got to have bread on the table for sure. Fantastic. Mark.
Oh yeah, and the day after
whoa, whoa, whoa.
sandwiches,
There's more.
turkey sandwiches for the day after. You gotta have bread.
Yeah.
Man, I just give
This
a plug
is-
right now
This
for
is that hint.
Capriotti's. Is a sub chain, and they have this sandwich called the Bobby, and they roast turkeys.
It's a chain.
It's a chain, but we have one in.
You only have it in
Bentonville.
those fancy cities like Bentonville, Arkansas.
I guess so, but my God, I'm glad I live there because it's turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce. I don't eat cranberry sauce at all, except for on this sandwich. You can get it cold, you can get it hot.
That's a shame.
And a hot Bobby ain't nothing like it. It'll change your life. So if you have a Capriotti, get you that hot Bobby. I don't know. There's no transition. I don't think we can save that. I just had to say it. Because
So bread, next.
this is a free for all. This podcast. I know.
Yeah.
Mark.
I really expect that we're going to have a very large range, and like I don't know the list at all, but I mean I feel like we're going to have a wide range of genres included in this episode.
I imagine so.
And we also didn't say we're doing 5 rounds.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
true.
yeah,
3.
Yeah.
So we
5 rounds.
So we have an extra person and 2 more rounds.
This
so
could be a long Thanksgiving.
settle in
All right.
for your Thanksgiving meal.
If you're
with the
driving,
music
But-
list.
but we're not- but we're
depending
not-
on where you're driving
But
to.
we're not going to argue over the 9 to 5 round.
Right.
So I mean,
we're
we won't.
just presenting this.
Right. Mark,
right.
first. Actually, this was your last pick. because
last
we're going
pick,
in
yeah.
reverse order. Yeah.
So this is Hall & Oates.
Oats.
Oatmeal cookies. I don't know.
Oh, just wait. I got you.
Oh, you do?
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to
It's
handle.
a white people's national anthem.
Flame that burns a candle. The candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. And you pull them all together. And how I can't explain. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true. Well.
We're all dancing.
Listen to this.
Yeah, I know. It's like I just want to keep playing it. But yeah, so allow me to make this
He's like, hear me
connection
out.
here.
Okay.
Hear me out. I remember when I said that Thanksgiving is an event. According to boneappetit.com, baked oatmeal is the absolute perfect thing to eat on Thanksgiving morning.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't read it. But
I read the article. I just.
Baked oatmeal.
baked oatmeal. That's what it says. And it says that it's perfect.
I wonder if it's supposed to.
What in the
absorb-
world is
Are you
baked
carb
oatmeal?
loading? Or
Why would you carb load before the
I don't
carb load
know.
of Thanksgiving?
Are you eating it so it'll fill you up and you won't overeat?
Maybe.
At dinner?
But why would you do
But why
that?
would you do that on Thanksgiving? What
But
is
yeah.
but
Baked
wait,
oatmeal?
What is baked oatmeal?
It's the.
It's
it-
oat. It's,
I'm
I
showing
don't
a
know
picture,
how
like,
else
as if
to
if anybody
explain
can see
baked
it, but-
oatmeal than it's oatmeal that's baked.
It makes like a loaf.
Yeah, it's like a.
Just eat a granola bar and call it good.
There is that, but that's got oat in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to eat oats.
Yeah. This is breakfast. You know?
I do like Hall & Oates though.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, that's kind of what it boiled down to is that, you know, with the different types of food, and I see Hall & Oates on there.
Yeah.
So you're doing
I got
Thanksgiving
it.
breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast, but
He's
not
just taking us throughout the whole day.
Yeah,
That's
he
all.
is.
Now,
whole
see, like
event.
what, and I make this mistake almost every year. Like knowing that we're going to eat a whole bunch on Thanksgiving, I still feel like chocolate gravy is appropriate for breakfast, and so it's like we eat a whole bunch of chocolate gravy in the morning because I like to get up and watch the Thanksgiving Day parade, which
Yeah.
is usually around 9:00 or so here, and then. We usually eat what around 2:00 somewhere in there, 1:00, 2:00.
Yeah, we
somewhere in
do.
there. So I mean, you got a little time to digest or whatever before then. But I mean, it's like I have two. Well, I say that. Yeah, 2 massive meals. You eat the chocolate gravy, and then you just. It's like I don't stop eating Thanksgiving.
Well, depending on how many houses
just-
you have
for
to go
weeks.
to.
I just keep going
Yeah.
back and back and back to the table. Like, oh, there's more mashed potatoes. Well, we didn't eat all the turkey.
and then you go to somebody else's house and
Yeah.
do their whole
Right.
thing.
Because if you go
Can
to
I
the
say
in-laws and
something
stuff.
without getting my Southern card taken?
That depends on what you say.
I don't like chocolate gravy.
Girl?
Ooh.
I don't like it.
Now,
I don't really like much
I
of
don't
any
know
kind of
that-
gravy, but
I don't know
to
that
be
Dad
honest-
That's like
ever
the only gravy
tried
I like.
chocolate gravy.
He what?
I don't know that Dad ever tried chocolate gravy because his deal was like he couldn't get past saying chocolate and gravy
Yeah,
together.
I don't dig it.
I feel like a lot of
don't
people
know
are
that
like
he-
that, but I'm like, hey,
I don't
have you
like
tried
chocolate
it?
Mom,
pie.
did
I don't
Dad
like
ever
any of
actually
that.
try chocolate gravy?
He didn't like it.
And did he then get over the fact that it was chocolate and gravy together, or did he? He decided not to consider it.
It's like a runny chocolate pie.
But
with
for
some
a
biscuits.
long time, like during my lifetime, a lot of it, he had not even try chocolate gravy because he couldn't get past the name. And for all these people who don't know what chocolate gravy is, it's not gravy. You don't use any chicken.
No, it's a gravy consistency.
You don't use any chicken or
It's
beef
a runny
bouillon
chocolate pie
cubes
poured
or
over
anything like
biscuits.
that.
Basically, and it's a superior food to all the other breakfasts
Yeah.
ever. You crack open that biscuit, put some butter on it,
Well, and
some chocolate gravy.
You
My
put butter on it, but
God.
you also get the butter biscuits to start with.
Yeah, so they
And not the
peel
ones,
open
and not the
so
one that
easily.
flakes. Not the one that flakes. No. Don't get the flaky biscuits. You got to get the fluffy biscuits.
Man, I want some chocolate gravy now. Somebody go to Walmart.
Come on, Chef Ramsay, come at me. I'll get you some chocolate gravy. We'll show you how we do it down here in the deep South. We're actually the mid South.
We're not. Really.
Be that as it may. Hey, I think we can pick another pick, and this would go to
It's me.
Beth.
Speaking of biscuits, my pick is limp biscuits.
A lot of bread early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is actually a cover, but it's my favorite limp biscuit song.
We don't have to bleep this one.
You were
fully
thinking-
expecting Nookie.
Yeah.
No, well, partly because I'm like, what section of a song am I gonna play that's safe? But also this dominated like VH1 and stuff when I was probably
That extreme close up of Fred
Yes.
Durst's
yeah,
face.
yeah.
He's like the drunk uncle that comes over.
We have a friend who's big into Limp Bizkit, and she, Lindsay, she's always like, "You guys should do a Limp Bizkit song in your band," and I'm like, "No." Let me think of all the songs that we could.
The one song.
We'll do the cover that they did.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
do this.
Oh yeah, we could do this. Yeah, but I mean,
The cover of
all right, JJ's Grill, y'all ready? Let's kick it up a notch. We're about to do. Behind Blue Eyes.
Here's a
But anyway, you got to have biscuits because you got to have a vessel for the food juices, right? And I don't like. But there are some food
no,
juices.
because I don't like my food to touch.
I don't like my food to touch either. But in the receptacles of the trays, we get the
Yeah.
divided plates, right?
Right.
Because Heather and I don't like our food to touch, so we get those little trays, those little styrofoam trays that we can compartmentalize our foods.
My God.
Yeah, I don't
However,
like that.
And y'all think I'm
Thanksgiving
weird.
is the
Y'all
one
think I'm
time-
weird because I eat one thing at a time.
I eat one thing at
I
a
eat
time.
one thing at a time
just
too, but I
want
also
it
don't
touching.
want them to freaking touch.
Oh, I don't mind if they touch.
And so, Thanksgiving is the one time that I let that go because my
That's the great
sweet
American
potato-
melting pot.
Your sweet potato juice can get on the turkey. That's okay. I don't want green bean juice touching not a thing. Period. Ever. But sometimes I want the juice. I want the food like I want all the food taste. So I will put it on a biscuit or I will sop it up like a. You know, like you do with
so weird.
with a runny egg. You got to have toast.
Oh no! See, I don't eat runny eggs either.
Oh my god!
Boo.
Who raised you?
Wolves.
Savages. But yeah, so Limp Biscuit. I'm bringing the biscuits
Okay.
for your chocolate gravy in the morning.
Well, so you'll probably have some left over
Yeah,
from breakfast.
and by that time they will be limp.
No, they'll be hard by then. It won't be limp. They'll
That's
be,
true,
They'll
that's
be
true.
rock hard.
Anyways.
Oh, I get another pick. Wow. Okay,
I do prefer rolls, though.
I prefer rolls too. The ones that's what I was telling Mark because Mark was not around. I don't think when Mom would put
Those
the,
Hawaiian rolls.
those
Oh,
yeast
man,
rolls
those
that
are
she
good.
would put like
Those are good,
outside and
too,
let them
yeah.
sit all day. And I'm like, this is probably not sanitary. It's probably not good for you to leave your food out there all day with it out in the elements and then come in and eat it.
That's how the Pilgrims did it. The Pilgrims didn't have.
I guess that's
refrigeration,
true.
and
But
They didn't have. They couldn't go to the stove and.
yeah, well, we're just doing it like the Pilgrims did it. Taking it back to 15, whatever. Is that right?
16,
14,
20?
16. Sure. Listen,
should've
I'm an
had-
English major, not a.
We should have had a history lesson on the first Thanksgiving.
Maybe we should have. Well, we'll drop little nuggets of history as we go.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Being that's on you. Okay. The next pick is mine. and we about to have. I don't know if this is really Thanksgiving, but I'm bringing the vegetables.
Okay.
We have some black-eyed peas,
That's New Year's Day for sure.
and also Thanksgiving because I said so.
Have
We're in the South. You can have black-eyed peas whenever, right?
Have we ever had black-eyed peas?
At Thanksgiving?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Have we,
Oh, I'm really distracted right now. But black-eyed peas, the food. Did you ever whole them?
I did.
With
What?
whole. Yeah, you shell the peas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you act like that was crazy?
I thought you said
They come-
shell hole them. I was like, what the heck
Well,
is
then I
that?
was like, the word whole was coming to mind, but the whole is what they're in. And
yeah, I
then,
shell peas till
I
my
used to-
fingers turn purple.
Yeah, that's why I used to like to
should
do
do
it
that.
because then my hands were purple. So, and purple was my favorite color. So I was like, yeah, I'll do
You
the
walk out
peas.
there and like your index finger and your
Oh no,
thumb
it
or
was
something.
my whole hands. I really got in there, like all my fingers. I don't know. You might have been delicate about it, but I wasn't. I was all up in it.
It was one of those things that was kind of fun for a while. We'd go over to Mamaw's house because that's where we did.
Yeah.
We never did it at our house because maybe they grew the peas.
They did in their garden.
Yeah, and you'd have this huge bowl of peas, and you'd have a huge empty bowl
Yes.
Yeah.
and a trash can
In a big. Yep.
Yeah.
and a trash can, and so you would I mean
And the pea shelling bowl was also like the popcorn bowl
Oh
Right.
yeah.
and throw up bowl.
big mixing bowl.
and
Oh yeah.
and the hair wash rinsing bowl.
So, yeah, this is my hunt's by the black eyed peas. You're welcome.
My lovely little lump.
Lumps.
Check it out.
You had lumps in the mashed potatoes.
Not in my mashed potatoes.
I kind of like a lumpy mashed potatoes though. A little bit. I like a little bit of texture, but yours are good. But that's the extra flavor. Heather makes bomb mashed potatoes. They have ranch, cheddar, but in just a regular mashed potato.
and
I kind of
I
like the
feel like there's
skins
some
in there.
cheese in there too.
There is. There's all kinds of
cheese,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ranch, yeah. What, cream cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bacon too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's,
She put her big toe in the mashed potatoes every year. It's so good.
see, and like I want to like I usually bring like smoked cheese dip.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
like, and I want to try smoked mac and cheese, but Sean makes really good mac and
That's
cheese.
true. That's true.
So I'm probably going to try the smoked mac and cheese on a day that's not Thanksgiving, so I can enjoy.
Save it
Sean's
for
mac and
Christmas.
cheese.
Yeah, bring it at Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Smoked mac and cheese.
I just bring it sometime. I don't really care.
Yeah,
You don't have to be
yeah.
What
honest.
does this have to do with black eyed peas?
As
though?
long as we're here.
There's smoke.
We were talking about we were talking about we
lumps,
went
the
from little lady lumps to mashed potato lumps to
My
mac and
mashed
cheese.
potato lump.
Check it out.
I sounded like an 80-year-old woman.
No, it's like if the Spartan cheerleaders did a
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
check it out.
If you are currently driving and just going,
What is happening? We're also wondering what is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is chaotic,
Yeah.
but I kind of like it. I feel like we might thrive in this environment, guys.
Right.
Okay, so
Black eyed peas.
now, Mark,
All right.
you're technically your fourth pick.
Okay. So my fourth pick is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I love Red Hot Chili Peppers. Gonna be hard for me not to sing.
Scar tissue that I wish you saw. Sarcastic, Mr. Know It All. I'll close your eyes and I'll kiss you, cause with the birds I'll share. With the birds I'll share this lonely view. And with the birds I'll share this lonely view. And push me up against the wall.
So yeah, I've never really looked at all of. I mean, we use a lot of spices when we make the food, right?
Absolutely.
And I've never looked at the ingredient list on the spices, so there very well could be some red
know what?
chili peppers that just so happen to be hot.
I bet there is some in that Tony Sherrerigans.
Yep, I bet there is.
Shatteries? Tony Shatteries?
Sherrerigans.
I don't know what kind of throat noise I just made.
In that that inject The turkey injection.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
There might be some in
Could be
there.
The Cajun
butter.
injection. Yeah.
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 There could be some there.
Yeah, Mark just brought the turkey seasoning.
That's
Yeah,
all.
we thought
you
we
got
thought it was
season
strange,
it.
but it wasn't.
Yep.
What I'll say is that of all the bands that we've listed so far, Red Hot Chili Peppers is my favorite.
There you go.
I love Red Hot Chili
Same,
Peppers. I'm
yeah.
a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. So, I mean, I would put them on a list of anything.
Yeah.
You know, favorite clothing, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
It doesn't even have to make sense just because I like the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I like them.
That
That
was-
lot.
That's the point I would make.
Well, you need to
I
watch.
would wear Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay. You need to watch
Sounds
the
like there'd be some
what's that show we
irritation.
like? Hot Ones.
Did
Yeah,
you
that-
see
that's
the
a good
Flea
one.
episode?
Flea. That's what I was going to tell you. You need to
Yeah.
watch it.
He's a cool dude, man.
He is cool.
He's
He's
weird,
really
dude.
smart.
Kind of a weird cat,
Also strange. Yeah.
but really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And a kind soul. But he will call things out though. Like if he thinks something, if there's an injustice in the world,
Mm-hmm.
he has no problem saying he thinks that there's an injustice in the world. But pretty cool guy.
Yeah. That was a good episode. So go watch that.
Big heart, that flea. Such a small animal,
There it was.
but such a big heart.
Oh my god.
Wow. Heather.
All right. So, in the midst of all this, we have to have something to drink, right?
Oh yeah, we do.
Is it a Southern drink?
It is.
Yes. I think I know.
And
what
we
this is gonna be.
actually do make several pictures of this at our
Yes.
Thanksgiving table.
I know who it is.
It is some iced tea.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, I take my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. Mad with no music, but happy cause free. And the streets to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close in hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city streets.
All right, so this might also get my Southern card taken. Now, I like sweet tea better than I like unsweet tea. I think most Southern people do. I think anybody would, but you know, I still drink unsweet tea most of the time.
Well, let me
So-
tell you this. I would rather have unsweet tea than tea that is not sweetened enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Like you tried, but you didn't quite.
Just enough to take
Like
you
that-
off.
to me, that is like Jesus and the lukewarm Christian. I will spit you out.
I will spew you out of my mouth. Yeah.
But I also want if I have unsweetened tea, I want it to be like show up on a drug test. I want it to be strong.
Yeah.
Yes, amen,
If it's
sister.
weak tea,
Yeah,
don't-
or
don't do that.
skunky tea. You know,
Don't
like
bring
when
it-
you
it's
get
been
when you
sitting
go
out.
when you go to Sonic or some other establishment, whatever. They're closed right now. Like if you go somewhere and it's like 9 at night, and they haven't made fresh tea, and you're getting whatever the dregs are, skunky tea,
and they give you there's like grounds at the bottom. Like
Yeah.
you should have made more tea, and y'all knew this.
and you don't close till 11:30.
No. Anywhere. But you know what has bad tea? Burger King. I'm sorry. Burger King. Their tea is bad, period, all the time, no matter what time of day. Sorry.
Really?
But I like
Burger King, get your tea in.
That has become my favorite burger. It's flame kissed.
And you can have it your
now,
way.
I will say
Is that Burger King?
when Wendy's is good, Wendy's is really good. But when Wendy's is bad, it's not very bad.
Babe, how much
It
do you
is very
how
bad.
much do you figure I've spent on Sonic teas?
Oh my gosh.
Every morning I get
Yeah.
a Route 44 unsweet tea with extra ice.
Probably could have paid your child's tuition by now.
It's like
Probably.
It's like that video they've turned into a meme where they ask that guy who's in the congressional office, how many times have you bought
More.
500 more 1,000
I don't know.
more
Yes.
1,500 more 2,000
It's a lot of unsweet tea.
probably.
But I am glad you brought the tea.
I did. Bring the tea.
Just
Bring
don't-
the tea.
I always bring the tea.
Just don't spill the tea.
No, I love somebody to spill the tea. I want to hear it. I just don't want to be part of it.
So, all right. So we won't go thirsty. We've got something to drink.
Nice.
Well, that's awesome. Is it my pick?
It is.
Yeah.
I am so glad that we have biscuits, and I'm so glad that we have bread. I feel like there's something that we need to put on that bread, and something that we need to put on those biscuits.
Okay.
Some sort of jam. Oh. Perhaps. Pearl Jam.
That sounds gross, actually. if you really think
You don't have to understand what he's saying.
Good.
That's not necessary. That's what the lyrics in the album jackets are for. Well,
I want to see you bend again.
Make me fries.
On a wizard, on a way, yeah.
Mark, what did you say? You watched a video. What's the technique?
It's pickle and mouth technique.
That's a singing technique that he uses.
there's a guy that does There I've Ruined It For You.
Oh, I hate those videos.
And
I love them, but I hate them.
And there's one with this, and it's just totally fake lyrics.
Oh,
and of
yeah.
course, it's one of those that if you read the lyrics, that's exactly what it sounds like he's saying, and it's like, yeah, you ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I did the research, I'll go ahead and let everybody know. Obviously, Pearl Jam came on the scene in 1991. Alternative grunge. They have some hard rock and heavy metal influences in there also. 10, the debut album, peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts and became one of the most purchased albums of all time, going 13 times platinum. And it actually outsold Nirvana's Nevermind. I did not know that till I was doing my research. And it remains one of the most influential albums of the 90s, and Pearl Jam remains one of the most influential band of the 90s. I did not know that in the USA Today poll in 2005, we're going to go back quite a bit, but in 2005, they were voted the greatest American rock band of all time.
Whoa.
Which is one heck of a statement because, you know, you got like the Beach Boys and the Eagles and Aerosmith, and they were still competing with, I mean, they weren't still competing, but I mean, obviously Nirvana was still not around, but they were certainly well known and considered to be the pioneers of the grunge era. But I thought that was interesting that in 2005, that's what people voted on, because that was.
I would never
I wouldn't
have claimed that.
I mean, I like Pearl Jam, but
they're fine.
I do too, but I would not have thought that they would at any point be
Right.
considered
No.
the greatest American rock band of all time. And that wasn't some podunk Seattle newspaper. That was the USA Today, which is a big Seattle newspaper. I think the USA Today's out of Seattle.
I don't know. But
I don't know.
that's
Is that true?
Do we need a fact?
We need to fact check that.
Hold on.
well,
Kill time. Are we both
Everybody
looking?
gets-
Everybody's looking at
Everybody's
their phones.
All right. Well,
But I think that's
since you're
true.
looking at it,
USA Today is out of Seattle.
I think that's right.
nobody
It
reads the
seems like
paper
I
anymore.
remember that from when we used to use the USA Today in fantasy football. But then the internet came around and we didn't have to do that anymore.
That gives you all the facts.
Yeah.
So according to Google, USA Today is headquartered in Tyson's Corner, Virginia.
Virginia.
Well, that's not even.
That's close.
Virginia and Washington alphabetically in the state list
Yeah,
is
okay,
pretty
there we go.
close.
You know,
Yeah.
Right.
So
it's the Seattle of the East Coast.
it rains a lot there.
There you go.
I hear.
It does. It does.
All right.
So Pearl Jam,
Pearl
All
Jam.
right.
very Thanksgiving-y
Yeah.
because you need something on your bread.
On your lip biscuits.
On your list.
Oh, Red Hot Chili. Here's what I would say. One of my favorite. Let's go back to Red Hot Chili Peppers. One of my favorite holiday indulgences is hot pepper jelly.
Yeah. That's
Put
good
that
stuff.
on a block. Just
Cream
put that on some
cheese.
cream
Yeah.
cheese.
Cream cheese,
Yes.
hot pepper jelly, and the right kind of cracker, and it is
It's the appetizers.
really
Yeah.
nice.
I would eat that on Thanksgiving.
There you go.
Absolutely.
100%.
That's really more of a Christmas thing
We
for
use
me.
it more at Christmas.
But I mean, like I need an excuse to eat hot pepper jelly and cream cheese. I don't. Thanksgiving's just a good enough excuse to make it work.
There you go. You get to go again.
yeah, he does.
Ooh, awesome. Oh, I have a fun fact for this one too.
Oh,
Are you doing it right now?
So oftentimes,
No,
and-
stop. Wait.
What?
Are you doing your fun fact right now?
No, not right
Oh.
now. Not right now.
Trying to skip over my
But
song, boy.
I just want everyone to be prepared that there's a fun fact coming with this one.
Okay, we're
So,
anticipating it.
Like, I really struggled hard to come up with a band that had the name Turkey in it, and I couldn't do it. But an oftentimes overlooked part of the turkey is this particular part of the turkey. Turkey legs, turkey breasts, they get so much love. But the wings are absolutely delicious. The skin gets a little bit crispier than the rest of the bird, right?
Yeah.
And it's so much bigger than a chicken wing because
It is
turkeys
a lot bigger
are
than
a lot bigger. So I picked wings.
Wait.
Well, the rain exploded with a mighty crash as we fell into the sun. And the first one said to the second one there, I hope you're having fun. Band on the run. Band on the run. And the jailer man and Sailor Sam were searching everyone for the band on the run. Band on the run.
I wish we had.
So this was Band on the Run from the album Band on the Run, 1973. 14 singles in the U.S. for Wings. All of them hit the top 40. 9 studio albums. All of them finished in the top 10 in the U.S. or UK. I had no idea that Wings was that popular as a band, but they had 5 consecutive albums hit number 1 in the U.S. charts. I mean, that's pretty good, you know? Here's the fun fact.
It's time for a fun fact. Fun fact.
So Wings used a pseudonym for many different songs. Like they would not be called Wings. They would call themselves something else for this particular single. They had one called Walking in the Park with Eloise. And the band name that they used also would fit perfectly for this episode. They were called the Country Hams.
Oh.
They had Carl Perkins in it.
Thanksgiving?
Ham?
Yeah.
Ham is
Ham?
a Thanksgiving food, too.
Oh, my
I mean, we use it at
goodness.
Who eats ham
Christmas
at
one.
Thanksgiving?
A lot of people.
Anybody.
I would
A lot of people have turkey and ham. A lot of people just have ham.
Yeah, if they're not a turkey fan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a point in time in my life where I would have chosen ham over turkey, even before we started deep frying it.
Yeah.
I didn't
So,
know
yeah.
people ate ham.
But I thought that was interesting because Paul McCartney and Wings, actually, the whole band, I guess, could have been in here twice. I could have picked the Country Hams.
The country ham.
I guess in some circles you could eat Beatles, too.
But
Yeah.
Carl Perkins helped
True.
with this particular song. And I guess they brought in some country folks, I guess. And bada bing, bada boom, there you
country
go.
ham.
Country folk.
And they were the Country Hams for this one. Thought that was a pretty neat little fun fact.
That is a fun fact. I had no idea. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yes.
I've gotten lost in
Ben did a lot more research
we
than
are.
I did. I just
Same.
picked some.
I'm like,
stuff
I just
that-
like this, and it's a food.
Okay, I'm
thing.
going to stay with the poultry theme, though.
Awesome.
Okay, so I guess if you can have ham and you can have turkey, some people might have chicken. And I know that we do put chicken in the dressing
That's right.
that goes into the turkey. And so I chose the Yardbirds, which is another name for chicken. Okay, I don't really have a lot to say about chicken, except if you can have wings of turkey wings, you can have chicken wings. And personally, I would prefer chicken wings
Let me
to
tell you
Thanksgiving food.
But I need zero excuse to eat chicken wings ever. 9 a.m. You want to give me some chicken wings? I'll take them.
The only excuse
3 in the
necessary
morning
is that
chicken
they
wings? I'll
are
take 'em.
there. Now,
Yeah.
Flats versus drum
Let
it.
me say this.
Okay.
So, like, I don't think it's as big a fad today as it was. I remember this when John Madden was still actively commentating Thanksgiving Day football. There was a time period when a lot of people were not just cooking turkey. No, that was not enough. They were doing the turducken,
Oh, yeah.
which
I forgot
was
about that.
Which was I guess it was
a chicken?
It was a chicken, or maybe it was a duck stuffed inside a chicken, which was then stuffed inside a turkey.
Yeah.
Turducken. So the chicken could be part of the turducken.
That's true.
That's true.
Good call.
And that was very much a Thanksgiving fad for
Why do you make
quite
such
some
a
time.
production out of saying turducken?
Yeah, it's like a full-on pause.
Because that's I love the name turducken.
Okay.
Oh,
But,
also, wait, we got to do wings. What drummies versus flats?
Yeah.
We got to know what
Yeah.
everybody prefers.
flats.
Okay, so
Flats.
I saw a hilarious meme the other day, or no, maybe it wasn't even a meme. Maybe it was just somebody calling somebody out. But it said that if you only eat the flats, then you are entirely too entitled.
I don't only
eat the flats. I just prefer the
I
flats.
do prefer
I eat
the
the
flats.
drummies first, and I save the ones I like the best.
I do prefer the
Flats for
flats,
last.
but I like all parts. I like both parts of the chicken.
Mark, drummies
Yeah, I mean,
or flats?
I'll eat both, but I just love the little. I like the drummies. It's like a little tiny chicken leg.
It is so cute. I want cute food.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But real quick, since we're talking about the Yardbirds, I don't think we should just gloss over how great their guitar players, the number of great guitar players
Yeah.
that have been in that band. I mean, Clapton was in that band. Beck was in that band. Jimmy Page was in that band. I feel like I'm probably missing somebody, but if you made when we did the greatest guitarist of the 70s, when we did that
Oh, yeah.
episode, all three of those guys were in that episode.
Yep.
And they were all in the Yardbirds at one point or another. I mean, that is, oh, daggum, Jimmy Page left. I guess we'll have to get Eric Clapton. Oh, Eric Clapton left. I guess we'll have to get Jeff Beck. Darn.
Wasn't one of the guys in Crosby, Stills, and Nash in the Yardbirds? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't do my research.
I have a Crosby, Stills, and Nash tie-in later, perhaps.
Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. Chicken.
So anyway, we're having chicken.
But yeah, Yardbirds, first of all, are just really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Mark?
All right. So next up is Chuck Berry.
Yes.
Who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like a ring in a bell. Go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. He used to carry his guitar in a
So,
sack.
berries, you know.
Where do you put the berries?
You put okay. You gotta. So first off, now I realize.
Definitely.
You got to be
choice.
careful.
I
'cause
realize.
You don't want to have the dingleberries after after the Thanksgiving meal.
Hey, you know, Thanksgiving is an event, and there are many aspects to
Any
it.
stages of this event?
Any stages, okay? So, no, I mean, so berries. I mean, there's.
So
I
berries.
realize that there's another band that I'm actually could have referenced here, but it's Chuck Berry. So,
Yeah.
but cranberries, that's a berry,
Yeah.
right? I'm not calling out that band right now, but
Like you could
That
put
could be on
berries
someone else's
in
list.
fruit salad, I guess, but like our fruit salad doesn't have
Yeah.
berries in it, does it?
Well, people make all kind of pies.
It's got strawberries.
Oh, strawberries.
Berry pie,
berry-
strawberry jam.
yeah, I bet you could put berries in your morning oatmeal.
Oh,
There
In
was
your Hall and
Yeah,
Oats.
there was.
Yeah, in your
in your Hall and Oats.
Chuck
you could put
Berries and
berries
your
there.
Hall and Oats.
But yeah, no, I went with Chuck Berry, obviously, because I mean it's Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
I mean, it's berries.
It's Chuck Berry.
and then the justification was so berries.
Yeah. Listen,
Need I say more?
Look,
Yeah.
if you look at the cornucopia,
Oh yeah.
Are there any
absolutely.
berries in there?
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure there's blackberries all over it.
I don't know.
Blueberries,
Does
blackberries.
anybody have on
Some
Fruit of
Fruit of the
the Loom?
Loom?
Are grapes berries?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Mark, are grapes? Are they?
No.
I'm
They
asking.
look like berries.
I'm
but
asking.
They kind of do.
I mean,
Well, just
Hold
the
on.
Berries don't grow on a vine, do they?
I don't know.
Strawberries and they're like,
Grape.
is it?
Grapes are true berries.
True berries.
Think about it. This.
They're not just berries, by God. They're true berries.
Yeah. Okay. They have a soft skin, juicy flesh, and many tiny seeds.
Keep talking.
But grapes aren't usually eaten as berries in the culinary sense, though they do taste great together. All right.
Well,
It's a berry.
I learned some things.
There you go.
What?
What fruits are considered berries? A berry is a fruit produced from the ovary of a single flower where the outer layer grows into an edible, fleshy portion.
This is your science section
listen.
of the episode.
Listen to some things that could be considered berries now. Bananas, avocados, grapes, and even watermelon. I think we're stretching, but the site is veritablevegetable.com, so I would think maybe they know more than me about produce.
Okay.
So I
And
mean,
I-
you're
and-
going to encounter that at Thanksgiving. It's one of those things, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm not
Berries.
surprised that the guitar player picked Chuck Berry
Oh, yeah.
Right.
because, in my opinion, Chuck Berry is the man that turned the guitar into the quintessential rock and roll.
Instrument.
Instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
fair to say.
That's
I know.
fair to
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unrelated.
Wow.
Do y'all remember that commercial? Was it?
Or was it actually
Wow.
Michael J. Fox?
Oh,
What?
Oh, in Back
'cause-
to the Future.
Oh, I've
Because
never
he
seen
played
that movie.
Chuck Berry before Chuck Berry.
oh,
did.
oh.
Technically,
That's true.
Was it?
Little 80s
Was it Dr.
reference.
Pepper that had berries and cream?
Yes.
Berries and cream, berries and cream.
Yeah. It's,
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
I don't know, but I hope we have an episode where Lil Sweet can make an appearance.
Or was that like a Skittles flavor? I
It
can't
was
remember.
something, and I know what
But
you're
that
talking
man,
about,
he
though,
dressed.
yeah.
It was so scary. He dressed in like the Lederhosen or something.
Yeah, with the haircut.
No, wait. He was just like a leprechaun. No, honestly, I don't remember. But he had like the Lord Farquaad haircut.
Yeah, he did. I do remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's my
Man,
pick
I don't
now.
know.
I feel like there's no objective to this episode. We can just say whatever the heck we want.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing.
Because Ben's bringing the musical facts, and I'm
Right.
just like, chicken.
so
berries.
Okay. Well, it's my next pick. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Oh. No, I'm not as excited as I thought I was going to be. I'll be really excited about my next one. But as I don't know how to say this. So as white people, we get dogged on all the time about not seasoning our foods.
Yeah.
And maybe they're right. But we cannot have Thanksgiving without some salt and pepper.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Oh my god.
But that's it. Like, but we also use Tony Sherrigans.
Sasheries. Tony Sasheries.
Which also contains
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, and Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
there you go.
Fun fact. It's time for a fun fact. Fun fact. So one time in high school, this has nothing to do with food. One time in high school, my friend Aaron and I did a dance to this song. It was our skit, I think, for trying to be elected student council president and vice president. And we did the Spartan cheerleaders,
yeah.
where I held her like a baby and we danced to that. And surprisingly enough, we did not win the election. And there was another year we tried to do that. And we had signs that that we were the orange
Team.
not team, the orange
Ticket.
party. The orange
Ticket.
party. Yeah. We had the orange party and the black party. And we thought it would be funny to say pick us but have a picture of us picking our noses on our socks. So we posted those around the school.
Yeah.
And then I did the Herb Alpert, Tony,
Will Forte?
yeah, the Will Ferrell dance where he looked like you pee your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that in front of the whole student body.
Oh, how'd that go?
We didn't win.
Oh, what?
I know. But anyway, Salt and Pepper I'm bringing to the party. I also didn't do any research, so I'm reaching for any connections possible to these songs right now.
And then you talk about how we get dogged on for not seasoning our food and all we're bringing is salt and pepper.
Well, okay, I could have picked the Spice Girls, I guess. But
Yeah.
We brought red hot chili peppers.
yeah, we have that. And other stuff.
Yeah.
And
I
other
don't know.
stuff.
Flavor and
Maybe we'll see what happens later on.
Oh, just wait. I got you.
Oh, you got me?
1 second.
Okay, good.
okay.
Oh, and I get another pick.
This is the one you're really excited about.
It is. Because, hold on. It's corn. A big lump with knobs. It has the juice. It has the juice. So, corn.
Well, I will say that Brian Welch
Yeah.
and Fieldy, from what I understand, both converted to Christianity and probably now celebrate.
Wait, hold on. Did you just insinuate that Thanksgiving is like a Christian holiday? Like people who are not. You said they now probably celebrate.
Well, I thought,
Oh my God. The Pilgrims came here for religious freedom.
who
Sure.
are you thanking?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I would not, of all the holidays to classify as religious holidays, Thanksgiving would not actually be one of them.
I do think it's a religious holiday. I think
Really?
that it.
I mean, we think that, yeah, because
Right.
we give thanks to God, but I think
I mean, I
by
know
and
it's a
large, we're like, we
uniquely
just give
American
thanks
holiday
for what we
but,
have.
Well, who are you thinking?
But who are you thinking though?
who is any, but I think most people who are not,
I think that each
like Christmas, you cannot separate from.
I don't think you can separate. I mean, because you can't say I'm thankful, but who are you thanking?
I think people would say I'm thankful to like the universe, or I'm thanking like whatever higher power they believe. I don't think I never have seen Thanksgiving as a religious holiday.
I mean, I'm not trying to like.
I have-
I'm not saying if you're not Christian, you can't celebrate.
Oh, I know.
Thanksgiving. I'm not saying that, but
I've never thought about it as.
Well, no, I mean,
such.
I think
And I could
what I
maybe other
raised,
people see it
you
that
know,
way.
I mean,
I don't
just
know.
like
what I would say is that I think that no matter what your religious belief is, unless you're atheist. If you're atheist, I don't know who you're thinking.
yourself for going out.
But
and buying.
if you're,
I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.
you know, but I mean, regardless, if you believe in a higher power, it doesn't. You can be thankful to that belief system,
Right.
you know, regardless, you know. But I don't know how atheists would celebrate Thanksgiving because they just think it's pure luck.
But I guess you can be thankful for something without being thankful to someone. Like you can be thankful that you have it.
But no,
Yeah.
you can't.
Well,
You can be happy that it happened, but you can't be thankful because thankful requires you to be thankful to someone.
Well, they're probably thankful to themselves.
Okay, so then they can.
Right.
I'm
but
just
I was
saying
because
that
it was
they're
weird to
probably
me.
thinking the same person we're thinking.
Yeah, that's
on Thanksgiving.
True. I agree with that.
There
now.
you go.
But the statement was so now they probably celebrate. Not like so now they
same
probably
way.
celebrate Christmas.
This is why I stick my foot in my mouth.
I
don't know.
I have always associated Thanksgiving as a religious holiday.
But maybe that's just because we were brought up with it.
I guess.
Being-
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark.
All right.
No. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this next one is Bowling for Soup. So, soup. Yeah, let's talk about soup. So, here's the deal. When it comes to Thanksgiving, there are 3 things that I put on my plate, and that is turkey, Heather's mashed potatoes, and Sister Schubert's rolls. There could be all kinds of soups. I don't know. But I assume there is some soup there. But here's the thing. Remember when I said this was an event? Uh-huh. So let's talk about the next day and what you do with the leftover turkey. Some people make sandwiches, but did you know that some people make a soup called turkey carcass soup?
Is that real?
Yeah.
First time hearing about it.
Never heard of that. No.
That
must be a northern
it's the first that I've heard of it before we started recording because I was frantically Googling a way to make a connection for soup to Thanksgiving.
You know what is more terrifying than turkey carcass soup? Turkey that's not a carcass soup.
Oh my god.
That would be pretty terrifying.
Where I think this
Well, it'd
pick
be-
really shines, though, Mark, is that you put a lot of stuff in bowls on the holiday. Okay. So I think it's maybe the vessel, the receptacle
vessel.
that you use for Heather's mashed potatoes. That big
Yeah.
I will say that I made some mashed potatoes one year, and I totally had all the ratios off, and I did have some very soupy. You remember
Yeah.
that mashed potatoes, and I had to like keep adding potatoes and stuff,
Listen.
and I had this massive, huge, like you could feed. I don't know,
But I
it
don't
was
care.
bad.
I will drink those mashed potatoes through a straw. They're so good.
They are.
Do not care.
I can cook like 3 things, and mashed potatoes is one of them. So.
Who? Heather.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen, I'm gonna come at you with a twofer
Oh.
because I'm bringing.
So you're getting 6 votes?
Well, I'm this. This is 2 things in one
Oh, okay, I
artist,
got you.
one group, and it is Peaches and Herb.
Oh, so we do have some more seasoning. Thank you for that. And that's a broad range.
It is. Yeah, it's broad. Very. Yeah.
There's one perfect fit, and sugar, this one is it. We both are so excited, 'cause we're reunited.
Reunited. You hadn't seen your family in a little bit. Peaches. I don't know. I mean, I love peaches. I would eat.
Peach pie.
And I do make a really good peach margarita that you could have after dinner. And Herb, if you're Martha Stewart says Herb.
Well, then it must be right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be some other kind of herb, but
I'm sure a lot of people do that on
I
that.
bet they do. We could call it peaches and herb. But anyway, so it's just the way it shakes out. You get 2 things with one pick. So,
And you can have peach pie.
yeah.
That's an economical
Cobbler?
pick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, peach cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
90%
Peach, that peach
sure.
dump cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love a dump cake.
90% sure there was a peach cobbler last Thanksgiving, wasn't there?
Peach dumplings.
Something like that?
Oh, Mom makes those peach,
Peach
dumplings,
dumplings,
with
yeah.
the Mountain Dew or Sprite or something. that you
Peach
put in
fried pies are good.
fried.
it. Yes, they are.
We're
What a
making
versatile fruit.
You sound like you're on the delicious dish.
You can put it in your iced tea.
Yeah.
I usually don't. I don't like
I don't like
fruits put
in
in
my
tea,
tea.
but I do
No.
like peach tea. I'll go for that.
Yep. So peaches and herb. Or herb.
Is it my turn now?
It
It's your
is.
turn.
Okay. So I went with the wing last time, right?
Yeah.
The turkey wing. I think we need the whole bird. Right? You need the whole bird. So we went the birds.
The birds. Okay.
The birds.
The single most important food on the table.
It's a big deal.
I finished my plate. Turn back to the table. I finished my plate. Where do I do? I turn back to the table with all the food in it. There's a time to harvest, right?
Uh-huh.
Big part of Thanksgiving. Makes a lot of sense. But if you blend the Beatles and Bob Dylan together, you get the Byrds.
Sort of.
You throw them
kinda.
in a blender and you get the Byrds. And a lot of people, I think, mistakenly thought that the Byrds were part of the British invasion, but nay, they're an American band based out of Los Angeles. And here is the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
That's
David Crosby was one of the original members.
That's
of
who
the
I was
Byrds.
thinking of. The Birds, not the Yardbirds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And really, the Byrds have had a ton of great musicians. Roger Jim / Jim McGuinn, Gene Clark, Graham Parsons was part of the Byrds for a while. Recognizable sound, distinct harmonies, and that 12-string Rickenbacker guitar gives it that little Byrds twang. And actually, I think they're best known for doing Bob Dylan songs better than Bob Dylan.
Well,
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man,
Yeah.
they do a better job.
Is that a hard thing to do, though?
vocally, he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, the Byrds.
The Birds.
All right.
Got to have the bird on the Thanksgiving table.
We're good on protein at this Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We can go over our whole meal at the end, though.
True.
All right.
So you get to pick one more time. That's it. Your number
your-
one.
My
Your
number one
pick.
overall pick. Okay, so yes.
I gotta say, over the Thanksgivings, speaking of birds, we've had some mishaps with birds. We have burned the bird, as we talked about on another podcast on Beth's 16th birthday. Burned the turkey, caught it on fire.
Caught it on fire. It
Yeah.
was like the rising phoenix bird coming out of the stove.
We have burned through one of the turkey fryers and got peanut oil all
Yep.
over
Yeah.
the garage. We've undercooked
Oh, indeed, we have.
and had to send it back out to. I mean, we've had some.
Oh, yeah.
we've had some turkey mishaps.
The problem with turkeys is they're so big. I mean, like you have
Yeah.
to cook it enough to get the whole thing cooked, but then you run the risk of cooking it too long. And that's why I think a medium-sized bird's the way to go. The 10, 11-pound bird's the way to go.
Yeah.
Because if you get one that's much too big, then you're going to overcook like the wings and the legs, and then
And the dressing's all messed
and
up.
Yeah.
and like the chicken breast, that it won't get done, and then people get sick, and it's a mess.
Yeah, and
Urgency care's not open on
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Like we used to get up at like 5 a.m, or we didn't. All the adults would get up. You know,
Mom
we got to
did.
put the mom got up
But
at
then
5 a.m. Put the
our,
turkey on.
Our family get-togethers are so big, you can't do too small a turkey
Right,
either.
because we had everybody
So,
from both sides
Right
come to
now,
our house.
we've kind of got this delicate balance of going with 2 medium-sized turkeys.
Yes, but our Thanksgiving group is smaller than it was, right? Because we did have both sets of grandparents come,
Yeah.
all of our immediate cousins, and so, you know,
But you would
for
re-
reasons that are
Cue
not
the
great.
sad trombone. There it is.
Our group has diminished a little bit.
That's where
But
it
like the
is.
worst thing, I always used to say, hey, because when we were little, we used to bake the turkey.
Yeah.
And so then you got to wait for this little belly button thing to pop out, the little red thing, whatever that is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it'd take forever. And people would always be checking it. I'm like, stop opening the door. It's cold.
Well, and the timing was very
Yeah.
difficult with baking the turkey because
Yeah.
you wanted the green beans to come off at the right time, and you wanted the sweet potatoes to come off at the right time. And
Yep.
I mean, just getting it all done at about the same time is like impossible.
Yeah, I don't know how.
That sounds like
Anybody
another
did that?
song.
You know, you got like 6
Beans.
stovetops.
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey. You name it.
All right. So, outside of the turkey,
I can't wait to see
I
what your
don't
number
know.
Oh,
one.
we haven't even talked about your pick. I forget.
Yeah, what's number one?
I don't know that there is one food more associated with Thanksgiving than the pumpkin. So I picked Smashing Pumpkins, and the bonus is the song is called Mayonnaise.
At Thanksgiving? I guess maybe on your day 2 sandwich. I don't
You
know.
gotta put them in your deviled eggs.
It's food.
Oh, deviled
I can make some deviled eggs too.
Yeah.
I really do like Smashing Pumpkins. Probably because this was like my high school, junior high years,
Yeah.
you know. But one of the top alternative bands of the '90s, and like I would say, as far as musical compositions are concerned, lyrical complexity, originality, uniqueness, all that stuff, they may have been the best of the alternative bands. I mean, just in terms of the quality of music that they put out. I mean, they certainly, I don't think they sold as much as like Green Day and stuff like that, but just the actual quality of music that they put out. While they are clearly placed in alternative, I mean, you can hear strands of grunge and metal, prog rock, plain old rock and roll added in there.
Their vocal production is very distinctive. The way he produces his vocals are.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Corgan is, you know, he's got a very distinct voice for one thing. I don't know if I should say this or not. I thought he was a woman for a long time.
Like his voice?
I thought, yeah. And then you see him on the videos, and I thought, okay, it's like a Sinead O'Connor situation going on because he's got no hair, you know. And so I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then I found out his name was Billy. I was like, okay, probably not a girl. But whereas a lot of alternative bands really kind of went with the punk rock sound, like you can tell the Green Day was very influenced by punk rock. I mean, very clearly. Smashing Pumpkins sound totally different
No,
than
they're
a
definitely
lot of
more
that.
like orchestral type.
Right. And you know, like I said, Billy Corgan's kind of the backbone of that group. But I just really like, and our my senior class song was "Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins. So, you know, they were just kind of right there. Siamese Dreams and Melancholy are both of the Infinite Sadness are just two really, really good albums. I mean, two of the best of the 90s in my opinion. But yes, Pumpkins, Thanksgiving, Cornucopia, pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato.
Well, now, whoa.
I'm gonna be honest with
they're
you,
two
I don't
different.
like pumpkin
no.
pie.
Sweet potato pie goes with the main meal. You put that on your plate with the turkey.
But it's a pie. But I'm talking about a literally that you put it in the pie dish, not like a baked sweet potato.
Yeah, she's not talking about with the marshmallows on top.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, I like candied yams. That's
Okay,
my
so there you go.
favorite.
That's totally different. To me, I feel like
That's
if you put
my
a piece,
favorite way to eat sweet potatoes is candied yams.
Yeah,
that
mine
goes
too.
on the plate next to the turkey.
Yeah, but that's not a pie.
So that your pieces of turkey can get
get the juice.
can get the
the
sweet
food
potato
juice.
candied
like,
yams on.
But the sweet potato pie looks like a real pie. I mean, it
Yeah.
looks exactly like a pumpkin
We
pie.
never make that, though.
No, we don't. But I've had both, and I'm honestly, if you put them side by side to
They
me,
look
I don't
alike.
know if I could tell you the difference, even if I tasted them.
Oh, pumpkin pies.
They taste the same to me.
Pie.
I like
like
them
pumpkin
both.
pie.
I
I
just
don't
don't
like
know
the
that I
consistency.
feel like.
But
much
man,
difference.
if you get a bite of turkey breast with candied yams
Yes.
and with a little bit of marshmallow on it,
It's
I
very
don't know.
good.
I don't know what food tastes like in heaven, but I bet it tastes a lot like that.
Yeah, that's a good bite. That's a good Thanksgiving
That's a
bite.
good bite. That's a good bite right there.
That got weird.
Yeah. Yep. So Heather, your last pick, or your first, technically your number one pick.
I'm so glad that you brought some upper level musical knowledge and well thought out argument for your choice. I appreciate that. My number one pick is Jelly Roll.
Talk to God when I need a favor, and I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to expect a savior? Oh, if I only talk to God when I need a favor, God, I need a favor. I know.
All right, so obviously he's super hot right now, and really bringing something new to the country music scene, and so his whole everything about him is kind of shaking things up a bit in the country music world, and I think his voice is great. I love it. I love that smokiness on his voice. I personally, I'm not an authority on country music. That's not my favorite genre, so it probably doesn't upset me as much as it upsets country music purists. But I still think he's more got that soulful, gritty country sound more than somebody like a Luke Bryan or a, personally, I think he is more country than a lot of people that have been in the genre for a long time. So I enjoy his stuff. I also think that will be a fun dessert option.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jelly roll.
Almost like a breakfast option.
For your
too.
consideration.
Could be.
Yeah?
Here's where I am on it, because I am a huge country fan.
You are.
And so, here's where I am on Jelly Roll.
You have to say it like that.
You kind of do. I
Jelly
can't
roll.
Just say jelly roll.
jelly
like-
roll.
The one thing that I want out of a country music artist at the end of the day, I do get a little wrapped up in whether or not they rap and stuff in there. I mean, I do a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I want more than anything is authenticity. Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of what makes country different than, like what's the saying, you can tell a wooden nickel or whatever, when you see one or whatever, whatever the case. So
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, he seems extremely authentic. Like he's not trying to fit into country music. He's just making his music, and it just so happens to kind of fit into a little slot inside country music.
Yeah.
It's not like, I feel like Kane Brown, I get the vibe that he didn't grow up listening to country music, and so he's doing what he's doing, and he's in country music because he thinks that's where he can make money. You see what I'm saying? Kind of that's the difference.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jelly Roll just is like one of these
A Southern
redneck
guy,
boys
yeah.
that grew up listening to country music and rock and hip hop and like I did. Like I grew up listening to Snoop as much as I did Alan Jackson because that's what my town listened to. We listened to all of it. And so I feel like it's just naturally part of his musical being, his natural self. And so I don't have a problem with people making money either. That's the other thing. I've never had a problem with the artist. Like I don't have a problem with Kane Brown. Don't have a problem with Luke Bryan. Don't have a problem with Jason Aldean. I have a problem with the people that make the decisions about what gets placed on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because the gatekeepers of country music are the people I have a problem with. Look, if Luke Bryan go out there and make $1 million, $10 million, $50 million, God bless him. I'd do it.
Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I could go out there and vomit my words out like Luke Bryan does and make $50 million, well, that's what he
There it
does.
is. I was like,
Well,
what?
no, pick up truck. I mean, I don't care that I sounded like a vomiting dog.
Oh.
I would go out there and I would make my 50 million. I would tour in my tight fitting,
Sparkly
jeans,
butt jeans.
whatever, and I would make my Wrangler commercials about being outside.
Okay, I was kind of thinking that you were like supporting Luke Bryan for a second, and then
That
I was
took
like,
a turn.
"Oh, there it is." Okay.
Listen, he's a businessman. I don't think he's a great country artist at all. I don't think his music is any good. But I support as an American.
Now we're back to
as an
normal.
American red-blooded capitalist. I support his decision to go
There you
out
go.
and make money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame him for making money. It's not his fault.
That people buy.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
I don't blame the artist. I blame the gatekeepers and the morons that buy his music.
Oh my goodness.
This is my favorite rant we've ever had on this podcast, period.
I will say this about Jelly Roll. This, like, I think his stuff is very authentic. I think it is
Yes.
written straight out of
Yeah.
his experience. And it actually gets a little uncomfortable to listen to sometimes because you can tell he has been through it. And if you know anything about his story, he has certainly had a rough time. this song in particular, if you haven't listened to the whole thing, the words are so clever, and the plays on words that he uses, and he manages to write something that is so completely authentic, but it is so well written lyrically, I think. So
in a lot of ways, kind of like Everclear did. Everclear's lyrics were very like I feel uncomfortable listening to some of the songs that Everclear put out.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
And
know.
I think that he will eventually, and probably is, even now, people will relate so much to his experience and his music. I think if he keeps on the way he's going and stays really true to himself, that he will impact a whole lot of people with his future music too.
Right. And so here's the last thing I'll say about being a traditionalist in character, because I think that people that consider themselves to be traditionalists like me need to be very careful about going after the artists themselves, because what does it mean, first of all, to be a traditionalist? Because if you're a traditionalist, you shouldn't like Waylon Jennings.
Right.
Because Waylon Jennings, there's a lot of rock and roll in Waylon Jennings.
Right.
In fact, Waylon Jennings was touring with Buddy Holly.
Right.
Well,
they're outlaws. I mean, if you
got to be
like the whole
careful.
outlaw genre.
You got to be very careful about liking Hank Williams Jr. because he called himself Rockin' Randall Hank. So I mean, I think you got to be very careful. But what makes Waylon and Hank different is that they are authentic. I mean, it does sound like their music. And I would say the same thing about Dwight Yoakam. Dwight Yoakam, you could see the Elvis influence in Dwight Yoakam. Yes, there's that Bakersfield stuff that's very clear also, but I mean, you can tell that he's a huge Elvis fan. That doesn't make him wrong, right? It's just authentic to him. So I do think people need to be traditionalists like myself. Need to be careful and not look at it, well, there's a rap in this one, because Johnny Cash was rapping before rap was rapping.
That's true.
So I think you got what I look at when I always look at, does it seem authentic? Chris Stapleton seems authentic. I don't know if it is authentic, but that brother can sing.
Yeah.
So, to me, that's what I look for. Does it seem like it's coming from an authentic place? And I think he's authentic, Jelly Roll.
That's it. That's all I got.
Mark?
All right, on to my number one pick, and that would be Cream.
Yes.
2 rows down.
So, there are certain dishes at Thanksgiving that cream just brings it home. Where you put the cherry? On the cream.
Oh, no. That's true. I didn't think about whipped cream on pies and things like that.
Starting to not,
Yeah.
We're about to start not making this E for everyone anymore.
You got cream on, you got your desserts. You got cream in your corn. I don't like cream corn,
I don't either.
but some people do.
I don't know. That's not true.
Yeah.
I made some crock pot corn. Baby.
Oh, that was pretty good.
It was good. It was creamy and it was corny. It was cream cheese.
Oh.
So you're welcome. And also regular
Cream cheese
shredded
is
cheese.
very versatile.
Yeah.
It is. It can go sweet. It can go savory.
So, I mean, the last thing
Sour cream.
Yeah, that's
Sour
another
cream.
one.
I don't
for potatoes and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, there's sour
I do
cream.
put some sour cream in my mashed
Yeah.
She just throws the kitchen
everything
sink
in
at
my
it.
mashed potatoes.
Yes, I mean the last thing I'll say to that is the cream of the crop rises to the top.
Ooh, which is one of my favorite Macho Man.
It's a great. Mark loves that.
Cream rises to the top.
Mark has a shirt.
If you
that
have
has that on it.
coffee in the morning
Yep, with your chocolate gravy.
with your chocolate gravy, cream.
Cream.
And on that song, what I love about that song that we chose actually, which is Crossroads, that's a live performance, by the way. Which
Yeah,
is
there-
incredible because I mean there's no mistakes in the guitar solo. It's just
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there actually is a studio recording of that song. So yeah, it's really incredible. And I was sure to put that. I wanted that guitar solo in there for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it in
Now
Ted Lasso?
you've come with strong with the guitar game. You went Chuck
Yeah, he
Berry,
Yeah.
Eric Clapton, and what are the other ones? You got some other good ones?
Well, you had Red Hot Chili
Red Hot
Peppers,
Red Hot
Oh,
Chili,
yeah.
and the Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
The Oats, the morning oats.
You need that digestion. You need that fiber.
That's true.
for-
You just
for the
need to
rest
get
of
it
the day.
going before
Yeah.
the meal.
That's why it's good for the. I bet that's why
It might be.
they want you to get that fiber intake before you start really chowing down.
Is that it? Hold on though, because that wouldn't affect the things you ate after, right? It would just clear you out for the.
This. Oh, the wheels are coming off.
So really, that's prep work for the day.
Prep work.
Maybe we should do
I
that
mean-
the
Black
night before.
coffee for the.
creating
Black
space?
coffee, yeah.
You're just creating space.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you do a lot of work on Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
Your body does a lot of work. It does.
I mean, truly, sometimes you begin sweat. You know,
Yeah.
I've
so much
eaten
you start
too
sweating?
much.
I know I do.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right.
I love this episode so much.
It's random. Okay, I have. Well, it was technically the number one pick overall, but it's the last one that we get to talk about. And you cannot, even though I don't like it, you cannot have a Thanksgiving table without some cranberry sauce. So I've picked the cranberries.
Yeah.
Lying all the time. Was it just a game to you? But it means something. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?
Which is also a question you can ask after someone. I'll let you finish.
And they're black coffee.
Yeah.
So now this is not the first time the cranberries have been. Did Zombie make one of our Halloween episodes?
Probably. I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
One of us probably
Maybe.
picked
Yeah,
it.
Probably.
If we didn't, we should have. Maybe it just didn't get drafted. Or maybe it did. I don't remember.
I do like the cranberries. Interestingly enough,
Okay, so
they're very distinct sound.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah. So when we were growing up, we had two types of cranberry sauce on the
No.
Thanksgiving table. Yes, we did.
We did, but there's only one
So like our
true-
Mimi
Ocean spray.
would
Yeah.
make
That's the
would
way to
make
go.
actual cranberry sauce with chopped up cranberries
Yeah.
and lemon. I don't know.
Bougie cranberry
Bougie
sauce.
cranberry sauce. And then of course, like you had to make sure that you had enough of the cans with the ridges and you know
Yes.
the
Cut them.
the cranberry jelly that you cut it on the ridges of the can, which I think that's what I don't eat cranberry sauce, so it doesn't matter
What?
to me. I
I don't either.
I don't eat
What?
it.
Except on the hot Bobby. Because I eat it on the hot
Yeah,
Bobby.
I don't eat cranberry
Y'all don't eat
sauce.
cranberry sauce?
Oh, I
No,
I
it's
eat
all it's
I
all
would,
for you.
I
guys.
would eat just cranberry sauce,
I
like
think-
with a spoon.
No.
it. I think
I love
we're the
cranberry sauce.
Only, yeah, I think we're the only two that eat it on Thanksgiving.
Oh, y'all are wrong.
But like
It's just more for you.
I know that like we used to have to like inventory the pantry before Thanksgiving to make sure that there were enough
I don't think we did one year.
We did not, and it was a Thanksgiving fail for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to make sure that you are properly stocked.
That may have been worse than the rainbow spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, that was. But
Which was like water. It was like red water.
I don't know what it was, but it was. Yeah, but I think most people, if they're honest,
Prefer the jelly.
I think
like
they
the
really
jelly.
do. To the
I think people in the South for sure.
You think
I don't know,
You think
'cause
that's
I
because
feel
we're
like-
all poor
Maybe.
and we can't.
I
Like,
mean, to be
and we
honest-
can't.
well, don't people
might
in the
be a
north
money
eat
issue.
like oyster dressing too? Like, isn't their dressing different than ours?
Maybe that would be like the
Possibly.
White bread
northeast,
and-
but I
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of oysters roaming around like the Dakotas or anything. I don't think those folks in Montana are going to the oyster bar.
No,
I
that's,
don't know.
That's
I'm
where they
just-
get those
I've heard
oyster
that
crackers.
that they put oysters in their dressing and white bread.
I mean, we put white bread in the dressing.
Yeah, but I think it's all. I don't think they use cornbread at all in their
well, that
dressing.
is a misstep. on their part.
And is it dressing or stuffing? It's
There are two different things.
They are two different things.
Dressing
But even the stuff we put in the turkey, we still call
is
it dressing.
dressing. Well, yeah, but they're like if you get stovetop,
That's not.
I know, we wouldn't accept it, but to me that's stuffing. It's not dressing. I think there is an ingredient difference.
No, I thought stuffing was just dressing you stuffed inside the turkey.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know. I'm not real sure.
I think it's all dressing
Because
until it
like
gets stuffed.
stovetop
is
stuffing
more-
is like croutons that get rehydrated.
I
Right?
thought stuffing
I mean,
was more dry and dressing was more of like
I don't know.
wet. Because
Moist.
if you no
Is-
don't
is moist the
no
word
no
you're
no
looking-
no no.
But I will tell you that I did not even
I think moist is the word.
Stop
you're
saying
stop.
that.
Stop. I don't even think I ever had a bite of stovetop stuffing until I was an adult.
looking. Have we
Yeah,
used
same.
Delish as a point of reference to that? Have we used because according to Delish, dressing is cooked outside of the turkey while stuffing is cooked inside.
Okay,
However,
but then what's the point of calling it two different things?
well, because
But it's still dressing.
One
it's
is
just
stuffed.
Yeah, but it's still dressing. You don't call.
Yes,
It's
true.
got the juice.
It's cooked in the turkey juices.
Okay, that's different.
It makes it moisture.
Okay, stop. I hate you so much.
And moisture is better.
It's actually not. I prefer the stuff that gets baked and
Yeah,
comes
I
out
like
the
the
pan
crusty,
than the
Not
stuff
like
that's in
on
the edges.
Yeah, the edges.
Okay, we'll try frying it with the stuffing inside.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
what?
Blow the house up.
Not in my garage. Take that out in the driveway.
Do we need to talk about what all we're having for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we got a list.
Yeah, what we have brought. Ben is bringing Smashing Pumpkins, The Birds, Wings / Country Hams, Pearl Jam, and Fiona Apple. Heather is bringing, what is it? Jelly Roll.
The Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. Peaches and herb. The Yardbirds, iced tea, and bread. Mark is bringing cream, Bowling for Soup, Chuck Berry, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Hall & Oates. And I've got cranberries, corn, salt and pepper, black-eyed peas, and limp biscuit.
Perfect.
I think we've covered. I mean,
I think we've got everything covered.
we've got some appetizers.
Okay, so let's make a list. What are our appetizers?
Pearl Jam.
Soup. Soup is an
Soup,
appetizer,
yeah.
probably in this case.
Soup. Soup. Okay.
Soup's an appetizer.
Maybe the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Um,
Maybe.
could be. I mean,
If you put it over
if
the
you,
cream
if you did with
cheese?
the cream cheese, yeah, that could be. Yeah,
They're
for
pretty.
sure.
They could be in multiple categories here.
It's true.
Yeah, they could also, be like a spicing,
Mm-hmm.
a spice on
Yeah.
on one of the main dishes.
Do we want to say that your morning oatmeal is an app?
I would say an appetizer. Yeah, that's probably
Okay.
that's a
Appetizer.
pre-meal. That's a pre main event
Mm-hmm.
dish.
Prepares the mind
Okay.
and the body.
Okay.
And the colon.
I think that's good for appetizer. So
And the colon.
so we got main dishes would be all the proteins, right?
Right.
So we got birds. We got the wings / ham.
Country wings and country
Wings, country ham. That was a
Both-
good two
both.
for there. Yardbirds.
Yeah, for sure. Corn goes on the main dish.
No.
You think corn's
that's
a side?
Oh, are we doing side? We're
Yeah,
doing
we
okay.
got
Yeah,
side.
yeah. But it's with the main dish. I mean,
Well, yeah, it's your main meal.
Right.
Main,
But okay. So
main
yes,
course.
Corn's definitely a side for sure.
Yeah. So sides. I came in hot with the sides.
You
I'm
did
gonna say
black-eyed peas.
corn, black-eyed peas.
Oh, we didn't mention the ones that we didn't.
Oh,
Oh, geez.
And I had some good ones too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's abandon that ship that we were just doing, categorizing, talking about all stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ones
We
we
know.
didn't, because I love a pun.
So I had 12 of mine were actually listed. So I'll start with 13. I had humble pie.
yeah.
I had the Yardbirds and Spice Girls. I did have the Spice Girls on my list. I also had Al Green. Greens. Very popular on many a table. I had Ice Cube as well as Ice
too.
Tea. I had the Gourds on my list, which had the famous and amazing Gin and Juice remake. If you want to make your day, go YouTube the Gourds Gin and Juice.
Yep.
I did have bread. I had Sugar Ray,
Oh, yep.
Vanilla Fudge, would have given us another dessert. Blind Melon, Blackberry Smoke, and Veruca Salt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mark, did you have any that weren't listed yet?
Let's see. I had meatloaf
I did.
Oh, yeah.
and blue oyster cult.
Well, for our northern
For our
friends.
northern-
Our
For our
northeastern
northern
friends.
Yes.
buddies, yeah.
I had Uncle Cracker,
For your apps.
and I had cake.
I had cake.
yep.
Yeah.
All right, Heather.
I had now to each their own, right?
Sure.
Because some people might like some things that are a little strange. I had chicken foot. The honey drippers, which you could put on
On your biscuit.
On your
li-
biscuit,
biscuits.
right.
Yeah. Vanilla ice
Okay.
to maybe put in your iced tea,
Yes.
perhaps. And this is a bit of a stretch, but everybody, it can come in many forms. Flavor Flav.
We're having much flavor.
Depends on how you get it. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So I had a lot of those listed. Some ones I didn't have were at Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, yeah.
Bananarama has some banana
Yeah.
bread.
Banana pudding.
Or
Yeah.
we have fruit salad. Mom
Yeah.
makes a good
Mean
fruit
fruit
salad.
salad,
She
yeah.
does. Let's see. Eagle Eye cherry pie.
Uh-huh.
And one of my favorites might be Fleetwood mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, boy.
I might have had to veto that one.
Why? You literally had a whole talk about mac and cheese.
Mac.
Macaroni.
I guess you can call
mac.
it.
It's spelled
we do
the
shorten
same.
it to Mac,
Mac,
sometimes,
yeah.
don't we?
People call it mac and cheese all the time.
I know they call it, but it's not Fleetwood Mac and Cheese. It's Fleetwood Mac.
It
You
will
were going to
be
say
now.
Al Green for greens. It's the same concept. It's a food pun.
It's gonna be this
like the
Thanksgiving.
whole
Sean
world.
gonna make his
It's like the
Fleetwood
whole
mac
world.
and cheese.
Yeah.
We
Anyway.
just have to argue about something.
Well, if you wouldn't have a dumb opinion. Nope. All right.
You probably listen to Luke
It's the
Bryan.
holidays.
Country girl, shake it for me, girl.
All right. Desserts. What are the desserts?
Oh, jeez. Jello roll, peaches something,
Peaches and
peach pie,
Yeah.
and
pumpkin pie, cream and butters and cream.
Where are we putting the biscuits and the rolls?
They gotta go with the main.
Because the jam, the pearl
breads.
jam is going to
Oh,
go
pearl
with that.
jam.
Oh yeah, the biscuit.
Side. Is that a side?
Side.
Or is that
I'd
an
say it's a
app?
side.
Because you think
side.
it's a side? Okay.
Because you said it was a vessel for the juices.
It's a versatile thing. Okay, bread. Bread is just in general.
The producer's getting bored over there. He's like, when are y'all gonna get fin-" Listen, some of y'all may be driving a long way.
That's right.
True. No place like home for the holidays.
So,
No matter how
we-
far
did
away
we-
or you can catch it on the way back. if
Did
you
we
have to-
did we place them all?
Yeah, I think so.
Great. Fantastic.
I don't know how long this episode is because I used.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, everybody. you know, if you started
You may
listening,
just be getting to grandma's house as you
That's
finish
right.
this or not. You can catch it on the way home.
That's right. So we want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas too. That's right around the corner for you, probably. My lights are already up by the time you hear this, I'm sure. So again, catch us on our social media, which is you can find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook,
It's X.
Instagram.
Still X.
It's X. That's right.
Yeah, it's been
I'm
X.
never gonna. I'm never
not gonna get that
used to that. Never gonna get used to that. Instagram. We're on Instagram, and I think I said Facebook. But also leave reviews for us. Positive reviews only. Thank you. And and tell everybody how funny and witty we are. We would really appreciate that. Until next time, thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Music List podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. She almost had it.